A man tried to catch the culprit responsible for his recent misfortune. Sure enough, an old poor man was hiding in the ceiling. He was the god of poverty who could ruin someone's life to the point of bankruptcy. As long as he clung to you, work would go terribly wrong. The man hoped he would leave quickly, but his wife couldn't bear to turn him away. It was cold outside, so she decided to let the god of poverty stay. The next day, the wife prepared a large feast and invited the god of poverty to join them. The god of poverty took a bite of rice and suddenly started crying. As the god of poverty, no one had ever been this kind to him in hundreds of years. To show his gratitude, the god of poverty decided to leave. Before leaving, he took a shabby stone bowl out of his ragged backpack and intended to give it to the woman as a keepsake. The woman happily accepted it and gave him one of her own bowls in return. That night, after the god of poverty left, the woman received a phone call from a publisher. Her husband's manuscript had been accepted at a high price. She was excited to tell her husband, but as she passed by a staircase, a red hand suddenly tripped her. She stood up, realizing she wasn't hurt, so she didn't think much of it. One day, the man was dining with friends at a restaurant, and the owner noticed he wasn't quite himself. She gave him a talisman and told him to place it on his door when he got home. It would keep ghosts and spirits out. When he got home, he put the talisman on the door, but to his surprise, his wife was pushed out of the house. The wife then realized that she might have already died. At that moment, the god of death appeared. He explained that the woman's life hadn't ended, but something had gone wrong, causing her accidental death. As long as they could find her body, she could be revived. To buy time for his wife, the man made a deal with the god of death. He was willing to sacrifice his own lifespan, but the wife couldn't bear for him to do that, so she left a letter and decided to go with the god of death. This way, her husband could live longer. After reading the letter, the man searched everywhere for his wife. He asked his police friend for help, who had a sense of smell far superior to both humans and dogs. With his help, they successfully found the wife's body. The god of death also agreed to return her body, but there was still something left to do to save his wife. They had to go to the underworld to bring her soul back. The train to the underworld could only be boarded by souls, so the man ate a hell mushroom that would allow his soul to leave his body. The train to the underworld was a ride for those whose lives had ended. Everyone on the train had already passed away except for this man, who volunteered to become a ghost just to go to the underworld and bring his wife's soul back.